All right, guys, welcome into this training on scaling functional medicine. Every year I do a what I call a State of the Union, right? What is working today in 2026 to help a lot of sick folks get well, right? We live in a sick country, a lot of sick people who need help. Money comes from people, right? And so the goal needs to be helping sick folks get well. Money's going to follow as a byproduct. I'm going to show you a few things here real quick. I'm not going to sit here and fill this with fluff and filler and hype, but just so you know, I'm in the trenches doing this thing that I teach. I'm not some clown who sits on the sidelines and teaches theory. I do this thing. This was about a month ago. I ran a neuropathy campaign, 23 new patients, $6 a call, which is really low. It was a great ad. Packed my calendar. So I ran the ads on Saturday and Sunday, packed my calendar full for the week. This is $16,000 a week. This is what we've done about a quarter. We do this every quarter, about 72K a quarter, which hangs out to about 25K a month. Doing this very, very part-time. So 25, what is that? $300,000 a year doing functional medicine very, very part-time. Okay, because I'm 80% coaching this stuff, helping you guys fill your calendars, but I still do this, right? I'm still in the trenches. But these plaques on the wall, $1 million collected through one funnel. This one right here is my clinical operation. It's a melting pot of thyroid, diabetes, a lot of ADHD kids, weight loss, neuropathy. Like those are the biggies. But yeah, I've collected over $1 million over the phone through functional medicine discovery calls, strategy calls. And so in this training, I'm going to show you what is working today, right? You have to master two things. And by the way, I'm not a polished speaker, right? I'm not a scripted dude. I don't have an outline. I don't have a flow. I just talk. I come from a family of teachers, and I would rather I'm just gonna share what's working for me, what's working for. I got over 400 practitioners inside my inner circle. I've got several hundred software users, and so I'm in the trenches doing this thing, and I got a big network of people. So I know what works, and I know what doesn't work. There's a lot of fluff, a lot of filler, a lot of hype out there, a lot of just gibberish, a lot of $20,000 programs that fall short. I hear the horror stories on a daily basis, and so if you want to scale functional medicine, you have to master two things. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this real quick, if you're watching this on YouTube, a couple things. Number one, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss future videos. I try and do videos as frequently as I can. So subscribe, smash that like button. I got a gift for you. Remember, I've taken over $1 million on the phone through functional medicine discovery calls. I call it a one-call script. This is an advanced one-call script. I want to give you access to this. Comment below. I need your comments. I want this video. I want a lot of practitioners seeing this video. Share it with other practitioners so that together, collectively, we can help more sick folks get well, right? This is what my day one looks like. The advanced one-call close. Comment below, comment day one, and I'll send that PDF your way. It's 6 pages. I used to charge money for that. But it's 6 pages. I want to give you access to that, all right? All right, traffic, conversions, we have to master both. We cannot have one without the other. You'd be surprised how many people I talk to, they say, Doc, I ran ads. I ran Facebook ads and it didn't work. Or I gave all this money to an agency and it didn't work. Or the leads were garbage, whatever it might be. No, this didn't work. You sent people to an ugly website. Maybe it was built by a graphic designer.Maybe it's Wix. Maybe it's WordPress. Maybe it's a dated out, clunky looking thing that there's no clear call to action. You have to do this. We have to break down KLT. Know, like, and trust. If they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. Or I did that wrong. Let's start over. Know, like, trust. Trust is at an all-time low, especially in the healthcare space. People have been through the ringer. They're on all these medications. They've been failed by the medical system. Here you come along. Hey, we can help reverse and solve and fix this and cure that. And no, they're trusted. They're skeptical. So what we need to do is we need to put a video at the top. These are my top 3 niches right here. Here's neuropathy. Here is diabetes. Here is thyroid. These are my 3 favorite niches. I'm going to break that down in a second. Why? Okay, let's look at this. Here's neuropathy. Here's thyroid. Here's type 2 diabetes. And then here's thyroid. Why do I like these 3 the best? Because these people are miserable. Okay. When you look at neuropathy, numbness, tingling, pins, needles, burning, sharp, stabbing, nerve pain, these people are just miserable, right? Lightning bolt, sharp, they will invest in their health. So when we look at type 2 diabetes, same idea. What's going to happen, Mary, if I'm taking discovery calls? Mary, looks like you got type 2 diabetes. What's going on? How can I help? Then I segue And I say, you know, what's going to happen if we don't get this thing fixed and reversed and solved? Okay, the consequences of not getting this thing fixed, your eyes go bad, right? You go blind. Your kidneys go bad, dialysis. Your liver goes bad. You get neuropathy, your feet, your circulation issues. My uncle, I tell stories. My uncle had his leg amputated at the knees, both legs amputated at the knees because of circulation issues, because of just diabetic complications. The consequences, like the issue, the size of the issue is directly proportional to what you can charge these people. So if we're doing a 2K to 3K care plan, something a little bit high, medium ticket, I talked to a doc yesterday. He does $18,000 care plans. I'm not doing the $18,000. I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night, and I'm running into merchant issues if people don't get the result. We don't want to go high ticket, medium ticket, hit the singles. If I talk to 10 people, I'm gonna help 8 or 9 of them. If I charge $18,000, I'm gonna talk to 20. I might not get any. I'm just gonna be hit with rejection after rejection. I don't want that. So I hit the singles, and the singles add up. Remember Pete Rose? It was just single after single after single, and that's not in the Hall of Fame, probably should be. But we want the singles. The singles add up, right? So again, we want conditions that justify a medium ticket care plan. Thyroid, same thing. Thyroid, hairs falling out in chunks. They're cold, they're fatigued, they got brain fog, they can't function, they wake up tired, they wake up depressed, constipated. These people are miserable as well. So these are my top 3. Then there's some others. I like autoimmune too, and I like ADHD kids and different things. But because of my marketing, I do direct response marketing. I send ads straight to the page that they need to see, okay? And then the video at the top, this video right here, does what? It breaks down the KLT. The video at the top is, hey guys, in this video we're talking neuropathy. Here's why it's so poorly managed. Here's what we do. Here's why we're unique and different. Here's why we get such great results. Here's your next step. Book a strategy call. That's the formula in that order. And it takes 1 minute. Some of these are a little bit longer, but my neuropathy one, 1 minute and 9 seconds. This is my diabetes one's a little bit longer. That one's 4 minutes. Thyroid is 2 minutes. My only goal is to break down the trust factor. Know, like, and trust, okay? That's what I do in those videos. We're gonna dig, find, and work towards solving the root cause of this thing, not just give you more chemical cover-ups. That's the mission and the vision of functional medicine, is not just guess. Like, we need to dig and find the root cause of this thing and solve it, okay? So KLT, we have to break down KLT. Let's look at some of these funnels. So here's my thyroid one, or my neuropathy one. I protect my calendar with a quiz. So book a strategy call. We have to protect our calendar from everybody, okay? Not everybody qualifies. Not everybody's in a position to invest, and I will disqualify them if they don't fit. So do you currently have neuropathy? Yes, I do. I got my feet, my fingers, scale of 1 to 10. If they're a 6 or below, I disqualify them. They're not motivated enough. So we go, hey, okay, it's getting worse, 6 months to a year, can't, or sleep fine, whatever. Here I'm on the drugs, diagnosed. Sorry. Yes, I want to invest. No, I like to, I'm not in a position to invest. I'll disqualify them if they hit that one. Yes, I'm in a position. Then that unlocks the calendar. So the calendar gets unlocked. I do that for all my funnels. Here's type 2 diabetes. I do this for thyroid. Thyroid's got more questions that are thyroid related. Okay, it's a 2-step funnel, you guys. It's a 2-step funnel. We have a quiz funnel here, and there's a lot more to these. If you scroll down, there's here's blood sugar stuff. There's content here. They can read it. AI does the heavy lifting for us. But again, too, we have to portray you as the expert. We have to portray you as the specialist, as the go-to practitioner who can solve the problem. We have all these funnels built. If you look at my library for all these different funnels, we have close, I think, north of 60 different funnels and niche specific websites inside our software. If you want to work together, they are yours in the next 10 minutes. Thyroid, I'm not going to sit and read to you. There's a lot of them, but and I'm not going to turn this video into a demo, but there's a lot in here. I've spent, I think, close to 3 years building out that software infrastructure. It's an all-in-one, right? It's your calendar, it's AI tools, it's AI live chat, AI answers my phone 24/7, 365, never calls in sick. But what's working today is a highly effective quiz funnel, right? Protecting my calendar, and we take it to a thank you page. And then we have pixels. Obviously we have pixels, and I'm not going to get into the weeds too deep here, but we have pixels tracking our conversions. We have a video at the top. We have a quiz here. That's what's going to fill your calendar. And the algorithm is really, really smart so that when you start running ads, it's gonna find the people who need to see it. So let's look at that real quick and then I'll wrap this up. Remember, we have to master these two things, traffic and conversions. We can't have one without the other. Right? I had a doc last week. He's like, hey, you built my website 6 months ago and I haven't got one new patient. He didn't even log into the website. He's posted nothing on social media. He's ran no ads. You can't just throw up a website and expect people to find it. I'm like sometimes I just want to pull my hair out. People think that, like, I'm not a get rich quick scheme. So if you're looking for get rich quick, I'm not that. I just have the shortcuts, right? I have the thing built. The question is, do you want it? 90% of you, excuse me, 90% of you are going to take this information and collect it, take some notes, and you're going to do nothing with it. That's fine. That's 90% of you. 10% are action takers, right? Just like patients. But in my videos, I tell patients, information without application, there will be no transformation, okay? You need to apply. I'm giving you information, but if you don't act upon it, if you don't apply it, there's not going to be any transformation. You're going to look at your bank account a month from now, it's going to be the same, or if not worse. See what I'm saying? You're going to look at, fast forward. Again, I've been coaching this stuff for 12 years. You'd be surprised how many people come back. They've been following my stuff for years and years. Finally, 4 years later, they see my 250 something videos, and finally they come around. Hey, okay, finally I'm ready to do something. Why not 4 years ago? Why not today? Right? Time is your most precious resource. Right? Who's got the thing built? That's what I look for. I'm like, whenever I invest in a program, a course, a mastermind, I'm like, who's 3 years ahead of me, right? Who's got the thing already built, and how can I step into it? How can I compress my time? Because and that's why I run paid ads, right? That's why I don't do hardly any organic, because it's time consuming. But if I run ads, I can say, hey, Zuck, here's $100. Give me 100 visitors. Meanwhile, I can go do other things. I have 4 kids. We homeschool. I have no interest in sitting on social media all day. But if I can get 100 visitors, right, and I can convert 2 or 3 into calls, and I can flip those 2, maybe I close 2 out of 3, 2K care plan, 4K, okay, sweet, $100, 4K. I'm flipping capital. That's what I do. And I build you the funnels. I will give you all of them, and then I will show you the traffic. Let me just walk you through the scale program. So in your software, it's at the very bottom. Here's scale. You'll watch this video first. You'll download this book second. Okay, it's 50 pages. But it's the organic. We've got to start you with some organic if you have no following. Because if you're starting from scratch and you're at 17 followers and you start running ads, people will be skeptical. Like, who is this guy? He's brand new. He's got no follow. We have to put content there so it looks like there's some life behind the business. Okay. Scripts. I'm going to give you all the scripts. So if you want to start shooting videos and content, I had a gal. This was a couple months ago. These are just screenshot testimonials. But this gal right here, 106 new patients with one simple 2-minute TikTok video. Had a waiting list practice overnight. Okay, 106 bookings. So that's what we teach. That's what we train on. I give you the scripts to all these different conditions. I'll show you how to resize things for different social media, for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'll show you how to do the planner. These are organic posts, and so let's say our focus is diabetes. Okay, we click on diabetes. I've spent thousands of dollars on these infographics that I'm going to give to you. You're going to give it to AI and say, hey, get rid of this domain and put yours. That's all you got to do, and then you post it on social media. These things tend to go viral, okay, because they're value based. There's a lot of value here, and like I said, I've spent thousands of dollars on AI. AI is not free. You might think it's free. It's not. There's memberships, there's tokens involved. And so I've spent a lot of this money so that you don't have to. I spent $2,500 a month on the software, just in HIPAA protection and high level, like tech support. I spent extra for tech support so that you have quick help if you need it. So yeah, there's all these. And then that's the organic, which I say do that for 30 days. Then we dial up ads. Okay, ads are where we're just pouring gasoline on this this momentum that we have. So here's pixels set up. Here's ad structure, campaign, ad set, ads. Here's Facebook ads A to Z. Here's your ad copy. Here's all the ads. Again, we're looking at diabetes. Sorry. Here's all my ads. You just copy and paste. Obviously, put your website there, not mine. But we have all these different ads, images. This one right here, I'll show you the one that booked me 23 new calls over a weekend. It was this one because he looked like Bill Belichick. That's how I remember it. So this one right here, right? And we get you all these different ads, ad images for all these different conditions and niches. Here's day 1, day 2 mastery. So again, we're going back to this equation of mastering traffic and conversions. Can't have one without the other, okay? I think I'm done. Here's your next step. If you are a practitioner and you want to work together, I'm going to put my calendar underneath this video. I got 3 rules. Number 1, show up, right? If you're going to carve out 20 to 30 minutes out of my day, do the same thing for you. Because if I call you and you don't answer, you're blacklisted. I put a D&D, do not disturb. You're never going to hear from me again, and you're not going to be able to contact me ever again. I put a D&D. I'm very protective of my time. Okay, so that's the thing that's rule number 1 is show up. Number 2 is you have to be in practice doing this thing. If you're a student, I got nothing for you. Some people chat and say, hey, do I need to set up an LLC for this? You're too soon. I got nothing for you. I'm not an accountant. I can't tell you what entity to set up. You're too soon. Come back in 6 months when you got it figured out, right? You'd be surprised. All right. So you have to be ready for new patients next week. I'm going to build your website. I'm going to get you the ads. We scale from there. And your biggest challenge a week from now might be, hey, I need to hire help. I got a lot that hire health coaches to take some of these calls because they're too full. It's a good problem to have, right? I'd rather be too busy than have an empty calendar and making no impact, right? We have to make impact. We have to bring functional medicine to as many people as we can. Okay, so that's rule number 2 is you have to be ready, not a student, not kicking the little side hustle. I'm a nurse, but I work 60 hours a week and I want to break free from that. No, you're too soon. Okay, you got to be ready for new patients next week. Okay, number 3, you have to be an action taker, right? If you're just going to book a call just to talk to me and kick the tires a little bit, don't. I know what works and I know what doesn't work. Okay, the question is, do you want it? Okay, I'm the cheapest dude there is. How much does my stuff cost? 1 new patient. So this is $16,000 a week. All I ask is that you just give me 1 of these. I will show you how to create a waiting list practice. All I ask is just give me 1 new patient. That's what this costs. Okay, this should be $20,000, maybe even more. But I leave that to the other guys. My goal is the people, right? My goal is helping sick folks get well, and I do that through helping you. I can only take so many calls. I can only help so many people. But if I can help you fill your calendar, and if I can create a small army of people, like-minded practitioners, then I've made a dent. Then I feel like, hey, I'm leveraged. I can make a bigger impact. My mom died at the age of 61 of heart disease. My dad, 65, cancer. My wife's mom, MS, wheelchair for 30 years. My wife's dad, Alzheimer's. I have 4 kids. I have 4 young kids. They don't know what grandparents are. And I believe if functional medicine was more prevalent 10, 15 years ago, and that it was their first line of attack, I think I'd be in a better position, a different existence. Like we go to church, like, oh my gosh, there's a grandparent, there's a parent, and there's a kid. What does that world look like? I don't know. So it is what it is. I will leave you with that. Calendar is underneath this video. Again, be an action taker. Don't be a 90%er. I'm giving you the information, but act upon it. Take action. Book a call. Let's talk. I don't have a sales team. So the other thing I'd caution you of if you're hunting around and you're looking around for I realize I'm not the only game in town, but if you're talking to somebody that's like, you're going to talk to this guy first, and then it's this guy, and then it's that guy. That's a timeshare thing. That's a high ticket $30,000 program. You need to run from that stuff because all you need to do is master traffic and conversions. I've heard the horror stories of people spending $30,000 to get nothing from it because it's all full of fluff, filler, hype, things that don't move the needle. There's one program. This guy was 6 months into it. I think he's close to like 200 hours. He's 200 hours into this thing, and like several months hasn't not made 1 penny yet. I'm like, what are they teaching out there? Piano? Are they teaching you guitar? Like, what are they teaching? I'm like, we need a website that converts, that checks all the boxes. And then we need the right eyeballs on it. And we need to disqualify the people that aren't, those two things. That's all you need. And you will have a waiting list practice, and you will have all the money that you need. There it is. Book a call. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. Talk to you soon.